Marceline ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Now audible, ma'am. Marceline ma'am. Marceline ma'am, good evening. Janaki.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Can you able to hear my voice, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Welcome, ma'am. Yes. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. It's clear, ma'am.
Hear me?
Yeah, ma'am.
Oh, but very low
Yeah,
voice.
ma'am.
1 minute. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I have a screen, but I don't know now how to share it with you all. Because from my desktop, it was easy for me to share the screen. But from mobile, I don't know how to share the screen. Can I send it to your mail?
Yes, ma'am. Can you please send a copy?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that.
Yes,
1 minute, I'll send it to your mail.
Okay,
You
ma'am.
just share the screen. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Definitely,
Yeah.
ma'am.
1 minute, 1 minute. I have sent the PPT. Have you received it? I've sent it to your mail just now.
Not yet received, ma'am.
It says sent. Oh, what do I do?
Yes, ma'am. I received, ma'am. I have received.
Just share it.
Okay, ma'am.
Where is the Zoom? Yeah. Yeah. The point is, I cannot see this. No, when you share it, I'll be able to see.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Yeah. I have some. I've been made as the admin. I am not the admin, but people are asking me to. And I had put one screen. I don't know now how to remove that.
No, ma'am, it shows the Muslim. Doctor,
Okay, okay.
it's not a problem.
No, actually, this is a screen. Actually, the picture. What do you call that? This is me. Actually, I have to fit inside the screen now. Yeah.
Okay, 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 ma'am.
We had another program, so for that they asked us to share the background screen.
Okay,
Now,
okay, ma'am.
how to remove it? Let me try if I can remove it. So that, no, I don't know.
Shall we start the program, ma'am?
Yes, yes, very much. We have to.
Okay, ma'am.
If you share
Janaki?
the screen, it will be nice for me when you
Okay,
share it.
Okay.
Nice.
Janaki? Shall we start, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Mridula?
Yes, ma'am. Shall I start, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon to everyone present here. It is an immense pleasure to welcome you all to the webinar, Innovative Steps Towards Consumer Awareness, Education and Protection, organized by Institution Innovation Council and Citizen Consumer Club. Let's start our specious event with Tamil Thai வாழ்த்து. Now I welcome Subhasri from 2nd BCom A to sing Tamil Thai வாழ்த்து. Mridula?
I can't hear.
Mridula, are you there, ma? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What happened, ma? Ma'am, we can't hear you.
Sindhuja, instead of Mridula, instead of Subhasri, better name Sindhuja.
Let's start. Now I welcome Sindhuja from 2nd BCom A to sing Tamil Thai வாழ்த்து.
நீராறும் கடலொடுத்த நிலமடந்த கெழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் மதிசிறந்த திராவிடனும் திருநாடும் தக்க பிறனுதலும் தரிசனமும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகம் இன்பமுற எத்தி செய்யும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே
Mridula? Yes, yes, next. Thank you, Sindhuja. Now I welcome Monica from 3rd BCom A to deliver the welcome speech.
Good evening to everyone present here. It gives an immense pleasure to welcome you all for this auspicious occasion. First and the foremost, I would extend my special welcome to our chairman, Dr. K. Vasudevan, our vice man, engineer, Prasanna Venkatesh Vasudevan, and I also welcome our beloved principal ma'am, Dr. M. Uma, in absentia, who are all the pillar of the college and always thinks about the welfare of the student and encourage us. Now, I warmly welcome our resource person, Dr. S. Marceline Pushpa, who is an inspiration to many people. Thank you.
Thank you, Monisha. Next, it's my pleasure to invite Ms. Janaki, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce of Prince Sri Venkateswara Arts and Science College, to share few words.
In this glorious moment, I extend my hearty welcome to all for this webinar. On behalf of institution and Citizen Consumer Club and Institution Innovation Council, I want to convey my heartfelt gratitude to the resource person, Dr. Marceline Pushpa, for accepting the invitation and presiding over this webinar on the topic, Innovative Steps Towards Consumer Awareness, Educations and Protections. Nowadays, consumer awareness is significant with the goal that purchaser can settle on the best choice and settle on the ideal decision. I am sure that it will guide our students to a new beginning. Without further ado, let us begin the webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
I now request esteemed Ridullah from 3rd BCom B to share a few words about Institution Innovation Council.
Good evening, everyone. Institutions Innovation Council. Institution Innovation Council, an initiative of Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, has established innovation cell to systematically foster the culture of innovation among all higher education institutions. And the primary mandate of MIC is to encourage, inspire, and nurture young students by supporting them to work with new ideas and transform them into prototypes. Institution Innovation Council is a faculty expert student council, and its objective is to prepare the students with skills like critical thinking, design thinking, innovative thought process, and entrepreneurial mindset. The main function of IIC is to conduct various innovation and entrepreneurial related activities prescribed by Central MIC and to identify and reward innovation and such success stories, and also to organize periodic workshops, seminars, interactions with entrepreneurs, investors, professionals, and create a mental pool for student innovators. The major focus of IIC is to create a vibrant local innovation ecosystem, to start up entrepreneurship supporting mechanism in HIs, and also to develop better cognitive ability among technology students. IIC benefits to institute, faculty, and students. The first benefit is no major capital investment required for establishing IIC, as it will make use of existing local ecosystem, and they can win exciting prizes, certificates every month, and also they have an opportunity to nurture and prototype new ideas. The main theme of IIC is to imagine, innovate, and invent. Thank you.
Thank you, Mridullah. Now let's welcome Ms. Gayatri Priya, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, to share a few words about CC Club.
Citizen Consumer Club of our college is established on 2003 for the purpose of spreading the awareness about consumer rights and also highly concentrate on AAA Aware Alert Act. A college Citizen Consumer Club mission are to enable students understand fundamental rights of citizens and make them realize and learn the fundamental duties of a good citizen. To make them aware of laws enacted for protection, welfare of consumers, and enforcement authorities concerned. to build a base of enlightened citizen consumer as a foundation of future India. A college citizen consumer club mission are to spread awareness on consumer rights amongst all consumer segments to students, to emerge as the best citizen consumer club at stage level. To club works on the motivational stream of consumer groups and also on creating awareness among students at a very young age and through them the general public, to enable students understand fundamental rights of citizen and make them realize and learn the fundamental duties of a good citizen. The students equip themselves for teamwork and wholeheartedly help the consumers in upholding their rights and fundamental rights.
Okay, ma. Next.
Thank you, ma'am.
I now call upon Shiva Shakti from 3rd Bikombi to introduce our resource person, Dr. Maslin Pushpa.
Good evening, everyone. It's great pleasure for me to introduce our resource person, Dr. S. Maslin Pushpa. Dr. S. Maslin Pushpa has more than 30 years of experience in teaching, extension, and research. Her main aims are to stimulate intellectual dialogue and pedagogical creativity among the students. She's expertise in subjects as development administration, human resource management, and e-governance. She has 49 publications in national and international journals. She has awarded her Kalam's World Record holder for 48 hours non-stop talk marathon. Lifestyle Achievement Award has educationalist from Tamil Nadu Human Rights Organization. Excellence Award for Social Entrepreneur for Confidential Women Entrepreneur. Thank you.
Thank you, Shiva Shakti.
We feel grateful for accepting our invitation and becoming the speakers today event. Now I request our resource person, Dr. S. Maslin Pushpa, to take over the session.
Share my screen. I have
Yes,
sent.
ma'am. Definitely.
Yeah. Good evening to one and all present here. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I go with it. Okay. First of all, let me thank the management of Prince Sri Venkateshwara Arts and Science College and the chairman, vice chairman, and of course principal, Dr. Uma, whom I know her also. We have met in the airport twice when the people, professors from Delhi had come. Suresh Misra, Dr. Suresh Misra and Mamta ma'am, I had met her, so I know her also, as well as the head of the department, I guess, Dr. M. Tipural Victoria. And I also have met two of the staff where we had gone for, we had been to Delhi for the trainers. They had called us for training the trainers, right, regarding consumer awareness. And that was in the year 2019, before the corona. I think that was the last visit we had all gone out in December 2019. I met Satya, Professor Satya and Professor Divya too. So this college is also known to me very well. And I would also like to, thank the IIC as well as the Consumer Club who had invited me on the occasion, to speak to you all about consumer awareness, education, and of course, protection. Right. So let's go to the screen and I guess you had made me the host, so I think people are all asking me to admit them. I don't mind. Okay, we go to the next screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Achana, 1 minute. So
Janaki?
Yes, ma'am.
Please
Yeah,
change
ma'am.
the.
Yeah, ma'am. Yes.
yeah, you had made me the co-host, so everyone are asking me to let them in. Yeah, we go to the next screen. You don't live to buy. You buy to live, isn't it? Yes or no? We all live. Do we live to buy? Because we are there, we have to buy something. No, we buy because we live. Can we go to the next screen? Your screen, are you changing? I can see only the first screen. Yeah. No, yeah, stay in this.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
today, what I am going to speak to you is, who is a consumer? What are the means of exploiting a consumer? Then the factors responsible for exploitation of consumer. What do we mean by consumer awareness? What is the consumer rights? What is the importance of the consumer rights? Who is a responsible consumer and what is the responsibility of a consumer? Just a moment. Kada Sathiru. Na pootunono. சத்தம் போடக்கூடாது சரியா காட் பண்ணாம உட்கார்ந்து yeah the responsibility of a consumer, then what are consumer movements, the need for the movement, and of course about the Consumer Code and the important Consumer Protection Act of 1986. What is standardization, Bismarck, Agmark, and what are the duties of a consumer? That's how I'm going to speak to you on all these grounds. First, let's go to the next slide. Who is a consumer? We all know a consumer is a person. You and me, when we buy some goods or service, we become a consumer. We take a decision whether to buy or not, whether to buy this soap or the other soap, whether to buy this paste or the other paste. There we become a consumer. And moreover, how are we buying something? We are all influenced by advertisement. You buy something because so-and-so has used the product. So you think that it's a good product. And seeing that, we all go and buy. This is the real consumer. So you and me are also, we also fall under this category. The next slide, if we go, this is the catch area. Why we need consumer awareness, why we need consumer education, and why we need protection. Isn't it very important? Because see, there is a fraudulent alert showing that these things will be given to us. The market tries to put a hook and catch hold of us. Now, what is the season it is? If you ask me, it is the RD season. So basically, people run to buy things. RD Tallupadi, they will say. So all of us go and buy things because the way they project is during this kind of season, things are sold half price. Suppose if a sari is 1,000 means, they say we will give it for 50% discount, it is 500. So when you buy a sari, it can, by the time you wash it, it will become a half sari also. That means lot of fraudulent activities, cheatings can be done. I'm not saying, I'm not, sorry. Actually, no, the problem is I do have lot of animals in my house. I have pets. One moment.
It's okay, ma'am. No issues.
Yeah. So I was talking to you about the kind of cheating which happens in the market. So we need to be very aware. See the next slide. Are you able to? Can you see the next slide? Yeah, it is written Amrit, natural brown sugar. So what you will do when you want to buy brown sugar, we go and buy this brand. Another mark I have made, can you see that? It is written natural is only a brand name, and representing, it is not representing the true nature, right? It is not representing the true nature. That means what we understand is they are trying to say that the name will be brown sugar, but it is not the brown sugar what we use it for making cakes or making brownies. Okay, so name will be mentioned, but the content will not be related to the name. This is the kind of cheating. Go to the next one. See, you will never die if you take this medicine. It is some some tablets it is written. So what is this message telling us is, if we take this medicine, we will not die. So there is a need to know that what is real advertisement and what is a fake or a false advertisement, because people buy things based on the advertisement. See the next one, the burger. What they are showing in the advertisement is huge and big and fluffy, but in reality it not be the same. The next one, this is the one which many of the youngsters get cheated away. Fair and handsome, they are showing Shah Rukh Khan. I don't know who is this lady for fair and lovely. They say that unbeatable fairness, up to 5 hours in the sun if you stand also, you will be very fair, right? So what happens is, these are the things people are carried away. Okay, when I go and buy this product, I will become like, the men can think I'll become like fair and handsome like Shah Rukh Khan. I'll become like, I don't know who is this lady, but I'll become fair and lovely. The SPF is 50. All these things are mentioned. But probably it will bring you a little brightness compared to what you are. But what they say, it never happens. So these are all advertisements where a consumer, you get carried away when you buy a product. Go to the next one, where there is a need for knowing our rights. As a consumer, we should know our rights, right? 1 minute, my oh, I'm very sorry. I'm having a tough time with the dog. So we have to know our rights. As a consumer, all of us have certain rights. The importance of consumer rights is, consumers are entitled to rights as consumers, and these rights will provide you protection. Why should we know about our right? Because as a consumer, we are entitled for the rights, and we will have to be protected. That is why we should know our rights. And the consumer right will protect us against products, production, service, which are very hazardous to our healthier life. Certain things, okay, see, sometimes certain food products, okay, we all know that in all the fast food, Ajinomoto, it is an ingredient which is added for taste, okay, which is not good for health at all. But what happens is, They try to add all these things, and that becomes hazardous to a healthier life. Then why should we know about the consumer rights is, given the fact needed to make an informed consumer. Before you buy something, you should be informed as what is the product? Why are we buying it? So you should be an informed consumer. For that, you should know your rights so that you will protect against dishonest, misleading advertisement and labeling. The labels will show so much that it is very good, good for health, good for skin, good for hair. Amazon காடுகளிலிருந்து எடுக்கப்பட்ட மூலிகை, they will say. Okay, so people will go and buy those, and it's very expensive also. But at the end of the day, no results also. Especially another point is people all go in for slimming, losing weight. For that, if you take these things, you will lose your weight. Sometimes we even lose our life itself to that extent. To receive a fair settlement of claim, including compensation. Sometimes if our right is affected, we have to get a compensation for it, right? So that is the reason for consumer rights. Now, what are your rights? Know your rights. Right to safety. It is a right of every consumer. Now, the previous slide. This is given by the Department of Consumer Affairs. Ministry of Consumer Affairs has given us these rights. Right to safety. Whenever you buy a product, how safe it is to use the product, we have to think. For example, especially when we are buying electrical goods, we should see to that it has got ISI mark, because safety is very important. Then when we are buying and eating food, it should be under the FSSI. The license must be, the product must have the license. See, in all the roadside shops, where are they going to get the license from the food safety? There is no point at all buying such type of food. We should buy food where you have the license, because if they are going to give something which is hazardous to health, we can go for a compensation. In the roadside shop, when you buy something, you fall sick. Sometimes the sickness is very dangerous. You go to hospital and spend a lot. You can't be claiming from them. So right to safety is very, very important, especially while using electrical equipments. You should see to that. Don't go and buy things which are very, very less in price. We should always check whether they have the mark in it. Okay, ISI mark has to be there. Then it's a standardized product. Anything which is standardized, only go for that. That is our right to safety. Then right to education, consumer education, like knowing about what is good, what is bad, what is good for our health. All these things comes under right to consumer education. As a consumer, I must be educated. Okay, I should have knowledge about all these things. Then right to choose. When can you have a right to choose whichever you want? In case you want to buy something, you have to choose between the product A or product B. When can you have the right to choose? When you have information about it. That is why we say right to be informed. If we are an informed customer, we will know what product is this and what product is the other one, so that we will make a right choice. In case we are affected, you become an aggrieved consumer. You are affected by any product, you have a right to be heard. That means you can go to the court and say that because of using these products, my right has been affected, my life has been affected, my property has been affected. Like that, when you go to the court, you have a right to be heard. So never forget these 5 rights. And as consumer club members, it is your duty. You have told in your vision mission that you are going to be an ambassador to the others, consumer club members. Your role will be, many of them will not know about this. To be very, very sad is even educated people don't know all these things. So in that time, that is why the ministry, IIC, all these people are trying to catch the young people. You know, the young students, the young people, you are all very smart in grabbing the information. I always tell this to all the students. The young brain is something like what we have in a, like what you have kept inside a fridge, which is very fresh. Your brain is so fresh. You will learn it very fast. And moreover, the nature of youngsters is they would like to, tell what is right, what is wrong. So make use of your quality for a good purpose. So you will be spreading the message to the others. Even if one consumer, if you can, spread the message, well and good. You don't even need to go outside very far. Please tell your mom or your dad, Amma, don't buy this, don't use this. Like this, you can even tell them. So what happens is, every one of you, before you tell others, you should know what is your right? Right to safety, right to consumer education, right to choose, right to be informed, right to be heard. You have to go to the court to say that your right has been affected. Another one is, the final one is right to redressal. When your right is affected, when we hear in the court, they have to give you redressal is compensation. Right. Go to the next one. This is again the same thing. It is regarding the rights. Next slide. It's the rights of consumers. Whatever I was talking to you, all the 6 rights, I've again mentioned it. Safety, informed, choose, heard, redressal, consumer education. Okay, we go to the next slide. See, the next slide says about the right to be. Oh my God, I have to admit one person. Wait 1 minute. Yeah, the right to be informed. Why is this so important? This right is so important because what and all the information you need to know before you buy a product is the quality. You should know about the quality of a product, the quantity of a product, the potency, how good it is, how pure it is, purity, standard, the price of the good. All these things must be informed as a consumer so that you will protect the consumer against unfair trade practice. Then the right to be informed about the ingredients of a product. Whatever food you eat, you should know what is added in it. The right to about the ingredients of product, the date of manufacture, technical specification, etc. The right to be informed about the durability of a product, how long it will be of use to us, the reliability, how reliable it is to buy a product, consistency of the product, serviceability, reuse value, side effects. Even medicines have side effects. So all these information must be given to the consumer. When you buy any product, have you checked on all these things? Has anyone checked on all these things? You go to the market, go buy everything. At least the date of manufacture, do you check? Especially perishable goods, milk, curd, all these do not stay for long. So before you buy, you should see the date of bread. Bread and all, if you buy a old one, fungus will be attacked. So you should go and check the product before you buy it. The date of manufacture, till when you can use the product. Some products they say only for 7 days. Some products they say for 15 days. Some products 6 months life is there for that. All these things must be informed. Otherwise, what will happen? You will not know about it. In the milk packet in the morning when you buy something, suppose if the date of manufacture is not mentioned, you will buy. And when you buy the product and you use it, it is hazardous to your health. You will get loose motion, sometimes even more strenuous. You will go in for dehydration. So many things can happen depending upon the person. That is why I have stressed on the right to information. Right. The next one is right to consumer education. Why is this given more important? Because we have the right to get the product knowledge for protection as well as satisfaction. The right to consumer education will protect you against fraudulent, deceitful, misleading information, misleading advertisement, misleading labels, and other practice. So only when you have education about it, you will buy certain things which are good and leave off certain things which are bad. So the right to be told what is right, under what provisions of law, what remedies are available under the different enactment. Okay, so the next thing is, see, how should you be? This is the slogan given by the Consumer Affairs. Jago Graha Javo means protecting ourselves. You must be an what kind of consumer? And a consumer who is aware of things, an aware consumer. I am an informed consumer. I exercise my consumer rights. I have the right to consumer education. So this is what the ministry is telling us, that we should be such type of a consumer. When you have awareness, when you have knowledge, when you have education, these things become very easy for us. What is the need for consumer education? Are you going the next slide? Yeah. The need for consumer education is, we all know that there is new developments, new technologies. So the consumers get confused as what to buy. They have very limited knowledge. Most of the consumers, they do not even know about that. Lack of awareness is there. As I tell you, still, though we are educated, we also have lack of awareness. Absence of consumer organization, effective consumer organization. Okay, because of that, there is a need for consumer education. Programs will have to develop awareness about the consumer rights and responsibilities so that you will make the right choice and you evaluate whatever you buy. So what you have to know is, what are the consumer rights? As the consumer club members, you will all go and educate the others about the rights of a consumer. Not only rights, we also have certain responsibilities. We always pass the the blame on others. But instead, if we also follow our duties, our responsibilities, we need not put the blame on others, right? So the next thing which talks about is, the need for consumer education in India. Why in India do we need more consumer education? 3/4 of the population are rural based. In India, most of them do not have education because they are from the rural background. Even in the urban areas, most of them are not educated. Even if you're educated, we don't have knowledge about all these things. If you take the other censuses, most of them fall under the low income group. Already they are rural. They are already in the low income group. So they will not have accessibility to certain things which are good also. And consumers are not homogeneous. You and me are not the same. You might like something, I might hate something. So that is the reason why you need to have consumer education. All of us are vulnerable to deceit. Very easily we can be cheated because many of the things, fraudulent activities take place. Exploitation is always there. And now we are in a digital world. So what happens is, they will tell you that you click this link, you will get double your money. In the beginning, what happens is, there are cases. I'll show you a lot of paper cuttings where there are cases where they will say, if you pay 100 rupees, you will get 200 rupees. So you will put 100 rupees, you will get 200 rupees. Then what you will say is, okay, I'm getting back my money. 500 I will pay, I will get 1,000 rupees. Aha, I paid 500, I got 1,000 rupees. I'll put 1,000 rupees, I'll put 1,000 rupees, I'll get 2,000 rupees. So what happens to us? We become very greedy. So what we do is, we put 10,000. Those fellows will be watching us. They will give you 20,000. That's all. We'll put 50,000 so that we will get 1 lakh. When you put the 50,000, that fellow will vanish off. You can never trace cyber crimes at all. It is like that. People who, they don't even have an office, only with a mobile and a few cards, SIM cards, they run so many fraud activities. And why people are cheating us? Because we get cheated. Because we are very greedy. Without doing any work, we want to get more income. But the hard-earned 50,000 will go off in 1 second because of our greediness. That is why they always tell, don't open unauthorized apps. Don't open unauthorized apps. You should never open. Then dumping of products and drugs in rural market. There are so many things which are, rejected by the Western countries. Those things are come and put inside our country. And now people also think that it is all good. There is something called as tele-scene. There will be on your television a program called as tele-scene. There will be machines they will show you. Those machines will reduce your weight, give you a good figure. They will make you into good fit, make you so fit, all these things. But all those are rejected by the Western companies, that they will come and sell it in the Indian market. And our people are also, you want to get things very easily. Instead of going and doing some exercise, they will say, eat these medicines, you will lose weight, like that. So these are the reasons why there is a need for consumer education in India. And the slogan is, consumer is a king. Usually they say consumer is a king, but nevertheless, no consumer is a king. Only till they, advertise and make you buy a product. Once you buy the product, the next day it's not working. Sorry, we are there only to sell the product. Go to the service center. You will not even know where is the service center. It will be some part of North India, it will be there. So before you buy a product, you should do a thorough study about the product. If I'm buying this TV, means, do I have a service center? And the service center must be in the locality. For example, I'm in Chennai, means service center must be in Chennai, so that I can take my product and go for a complaint to it. Otherwise, some other place means you will not be in a position to go. Till you buy a product only, the salesman will help you. After you buy it, his work is over. If it goes wrong also, they will not be bothered about it at all. Consumers need to be aware of their rights and what is the remedies given. I should know my right. If my right is affected, I become an aggrieved consumer. I should know my right. When you are aware, you are empowered. That is the reason why should you know about it. The next slide says that consumer education, it is consumer education is a form of education which will focus on instructing the consumers or the public in lot of, especially in financial matters, lot of instruction has to be given to us. Nowadays, you will find that our bank account is linked with Aadhaar card. It is linked with our PAN card. So what happens is you have to be very, very careful. Never, always you will get this information from the banks. Have you seen? Don't say your password. Don't say the CVV number behind the card. There will be a number. Don't share it. Even with the employer of a bank, you should not give. There are a lot of cases. What happens is they will make a call. You will attend the call. They will say, madam, we have to know about the KYC, know your consumer. So we need to get all your details. You will be giving all your details. Otherwise, if you don't do that, your card will become defunct. It will not function. Instead of going and checking with the bank, we are all very lazy. At home itself, we can do off all these things. At the at the call of a phone itself, we can rectify all these things. Sometimes we give all the information to those fellows. That is how in financial matters, many people get cheated, right? So consumer education, it will try to educate people and solve lot of problems. either in schools or in colleges only. Because as I already told you, education is, why do we educate people when they are in schools and colleges? Because they are young, as well as they grasp the information very quickly, and they also share it very quickly with others. So what you have to know as a consumer, the next slide says that, the next slide, please, the next slide. Yeah, you have to know where to buy, what to buy, how to buy. All these things you have to have knowledge about it. When to buy also, certain things you should know when to buy also. Because you have money, you can't buy everything. You don't buy everything. You should not buy everything. See, I'm using you all these things to say that all these things will go waste because you're using your hard-earned money. As students, you will get the money from your parents, poor parents, hard-earned money. So how to make the best of what we have so that we don't waste our money? We know the value of money. As a consumer, we have to know about all these things, and we have to educate the others also, our parents, our siblings, our relatives. Everyone has to be educated also. See, there are paper cuttings which talks about many things, incidences. Go to the next slide. Yeah. Awareness on consuming safe food. See, many of the people have go and eat, especially those who are in hostels. They go and buy food from outside. So when they buy food from outside, what happens is it will not be of good quality. So your health will be affected. So you have to know FSSI is FSSAI, that is the food. It is like a license for the food. Only such type of food has to be bought, because even something goes wrong, you can go and ask for a grievance, ask for a redressal. Most of the people are cheated because of having food which is not of good thing. The next slide says that crooks find new ways to cheat the public. It's very, very bad that during the pandemic time also, they had indulged in so many ways to cheat the people. You know, the mask which we were wearing saying that N95, most of them were not N95 at all. The layers were not of that the quality. The material was also not good. So there were a lot of cheating. Most of the time you'll find, suppose for example, made in China, it will be written, but it is made as China. You must see all those also. And the words of the product spelling will be different. Godreg is Godrej. Godre. That's a very, very standard product, Godrej. It will be written Gordrag. So Godrej, it will be R, it will be mentioned. So that is how we get cheated. Spellings, you have to check. Then see these other things. Hospital hostages. Many private health centers hold the patients to ransom for profit through negligence. Many of them, you go for a headache. You'll be having a normal headache. What the doctor says when you go for a headache? I have a headache, doctor, you say, go for a CT scan. Okay. I have a stomach ache, could be some indigestion also. What they will say is, go for a scan. And which scan center you have to go? Which is connected, link between the doctor, pharmacy, scan center, all will be connected. You have to, the medicines what they prescribe will be nearby the medical shop of the hospital or the clinic. So they have a tie-up. If you send customers to me, 10% the doctor gets. Yes, in the scan, in all the checkup which we go for the lab test, they have a connection between them. And especially during the pandemic time, many people, we were all so scared. Our life was at peril. We thought that, oh my God, I will lose my life. So whatever they say, it would have been a very, very normal corona, where the lungs would not have been affected much also. They'll put them onto the ventilator. When you put them onto the ventilator, that's all. Lot of money will be fleeced. There were so many people, my friends, my college staff, where they have paid 11 lakhs, 16 lakhs for the treatment of corona. At home itself, many people were there and they got well also with not much of money also, and corporation was giving them medicines also. You need not go to the corporation hospital or corporation to get the medicine. Same medicine under the prescription of a doctor, having it and staying at home also. Many people were alive, especially during the second wave. Okay, so the hospitals were making lot of money during that time. Then the next slide, can we have the next slide? Yeah, after the hospital, these are all cuttings from the newspaper. See what happened. A doctor gets 35K fee refund after no result in slimming session, especially women. Nowadays, even men for that matter, everyone wants to be very good looking, fit, handsome, beautiful. Beauty, handsome, everything. Everyone is a unique creation of God. We are all created by God. Can God make a mistake? If your one person is fair, means the melanin is not secreting too much. The other one is dark, means black is a beauty. Who are we to judge others and say that this is the beauty? But you have to be fit. You shouldn't be obese because that is bad for health. But in the name of becoming slim for beauty, many people have lost the money. See, here is a case. A doctor said that he will make the person to lose how many kgs? He said 20,000 he collected for 5 sessions, and he said that they will lose some 13 kgs, but not even 1 kg they have lost. So the doctor was asked to refund 35,000 because the person who had underwent the treatment, they went for a redressal. They went to the court and said that my money is wasted. Within 15 days, so much of weight will be lost. They said it was not lost, so I want back my money. This is a case where they had returned back the money also. Poor thing, see this senior citizen. He loses 3.95 lakhs to the KYC fraud after downloading an app. I told you, no, please download this app. Link is given. Once you download, you will KYC is know your customer. Please do it, sir. While he was doing, they had taken away the money from his bank to the tune of 3.95 lakhs. So these are all cases where how the customers have been cheated. See, it's another case. Cyber conman used RT-PCR report to dupe the people. The report which they gave for a person who had corona, they gave a dupe certificate saying that it is not corona. For a person who did not have corona, they had told that they have corona. These things are very, very common. It has happened. The RCPR report was wrong. It was a fraudulent report. And they were also caught also. That's how it has come out in the paper also. The man invests in lucrative scheme on an app. 1,000 rupees is lost, right? After getting, I told you, no, first time when you put 5,000, you will get 10,000. When you get 10,000, when you put 10,000, you will get 20,000. But when you put 50,000, thinking that you will get 1 lakh, you will not. This fellow had lost up to 53,000. 53,000 he had lost. Certain things come in WhatsApp itself. So what we do is, we can't even trace the fellow who is doing all these things. They don't have an office. Only with the mobile, so much of frauds. And especially during the lockdown, lot of cases have been caught, right? Then, see, we have another case. This ad is Napthol. They asked them to stop the advertisement because using the product, the person who says that the product is good was a foreigner. He was not an Indian. Always you should keep in mind that when you buy some cosmetics, you should always buy the country's product. If you're an American, buy an American product. Australian, buy an Australian product. You are an Indian, buy an Indian product, because all these cosmetics are made for the climate and the skin pattern of the particular country. You go and buy the American product and you use it, it will not be of use to you. Buy the Indian product, it will be of use to you. So the Naptol ad was stopped because it was misleading. Fraud, app fraud. Many apps the people were asked to download, and lot of shocking results were there. See, this was the case of medical equipment in the newspaper. All these have come, all have happened throughout India. Fraudulent activities. So I guess these are the, yeah. OTP. See, they will tell you, see, you click this link, one OTP will come, please tell me the OTP. Without even knowing that we should not share our OTP, we should not share our PIN number, we should not share personal details, people will try to share it. In that case, what happens? They will lose their money. So you should be very careful. This is, in this year, consumer awareness is on financial literacy. You all must have financial literacy. See, educated, again and again, I tell you, educated people itself don't have financial literacy. How do you think about the people who are not educated, illiterate people? They will be surely cheated. See, mandatory for food manufacturers to make full disclosure of all the ingredients, says the High Court. So when you sell a food product, you should know what are the ingredients which are mentioned in the product. Just one minute. Yeah. Okay. So mandatory for food manufacturers to make the disclosure of whatever food ingredients they are using in the food. We should know what ingredients are used, because even our body has certain things only it will take. Because something is good for health, you can't take in large number also. Everything has got a capacity for it. Medical student loses 12.53 lakh in online investment. So many cases every day we read in the paper. Okay. They should not levy service charge when you have a GST. These are the things which every consumer has to know. For that matter, you would have noticed that in hotels and all, we are not supposed to pay for service taxes because already GST is there. But many hotels were cheating the people. So I told you about all the fake things which are happening, deceitful things, how people get cheated. If you are an aware consumer, you would not have been cheated. But at the same time, you also have some duty as a consumer. Whenever you buy something, you have to insist on cash receipt or bill you should ask without fail. Sometimes when you buy gold, I think you can shift to the next, next one. Yeah, see, when you buy gold, they'll say that if you buy without the bill, tax will not be there. You buy a product for 20,000, for some 200 rupees you want to save, you go without a bill. Something goes wrong, you can't even again go back to them when you don't have a bill. You want an exchange, you have to have the bill. So as a consumer, your duty will be to insist on cash receipt or bill you have to ask on all the purchase which you make. When, as I told you, before you buy a product, you have to read all the information about the product very carefully on the packets before you buy. Start from the morning, the milk packet. Check whether it is the date of manufacture. You have to check when it was manufactured, till how long you can use it. For every product, you have to read the information. Do we do it? Please tell truthfully. I don't do it. Though I tell you, I haven't done it long back, but of course now I am doing it. like we have to know about things. But before, when I didn't have all these information, I was not doing it. I accept it. So the same way, most of us also do the same thing. Then we always, you should not feel tempted. I told you, no, don't feel tempted going in for misleading advertisement. You shouldn't go in for products which are advertised by uh, these celebrities. Okay, when those people say that, you think that it is the good thing. Someone uses unga face la uppu irukana, who's that? The lady will come and ask. So people who like her, they will go and buy the paste. So when you buy a product, you should buy only which is good. Don't go in because someone is advertising for it or your favorite celebrity is advertising for it. Always buy standard products. ISI, go in for ISI product. Food lala, you should go and check whether it's an Agmark product. Okay, when you buy a ghee, you have to check whether it's an Agmark product. ISI, Agmark. Cooker, you go and buy. There will be a cooker in some different name. It will say only 500 rupees. Whereas Prestige, Premier, these are all standard companies. They all have the ISI mark. What happens is they will all go through the test before the product is sold. So there won't be any accidents because of that. But when you buy a cheaper product, there is a possibility of bursting of these things. In gold, what you call it as 916. 916 வாங்குறீங்களா? When you buy a gold, you have to see whether it is 916 because they will add a lot of copper and less of gold. But that design will be very nice. It will be so pretty. You all will think that we are going to buy it because it's very pretty. But buy because so much money you're spending on it. Go and buy products which have the standard marks. Then in saris also, silk mark has to be there. These are all standardized products. It comes under the BIS certification. See, for organizations, we have certification. Isn't it? ISO certified is there. Colleges, we have NAC certifies, whether we are up to the standard. So all these things we should know before we make use of it. File a complaint against a default in goods deficiency, service, unfair trade practice. There are consumer courts. Go and make you have to go and file a case against if something is deficient, something is not up to the standard. There is some cheating going on, unfair trade practice, right? In that case, you have to be a Jaho Graho. Jago, that means you have to be an aware customer, right? See the mentions I have made, standardized ISI. These are all the marks which you have to check in the products whenever you go and buy it. See, this is an app. The next one is an app, BizCare app. The next slide. It's a tool for consumer empowerment. It will check the authenticity of the product, the ISI mark by using verify license detail. This is given by the BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards. So this app, when we use it, it will find out the license details. It will check the authenticity of the product. It will select know your standard information. Then you can access the product under certification of BIS. Complete details will be given if we have this app. So I'm asking you only to download this app, not any other app. This is meant for checking which organization is good or not. Right? Okay. Yeah. How can we have awareness and education in our country? Campaign, multimedia campaigns can be done. So we can create awareness. We can promote awareness to radio, TV, internet, outdoor campaigns, publicity through electronic media, use of internet. Above all, what we can do, community discussion. The discussions, what we are doing is a community discussion, meetings, formal meetings, informal meetings, and the clubs which we have. Okay. NGOs, they also can create lot of impact on consumer protection. Educational institution is the best one. Schools, colleges, consumer clubs, all these things will help us to know about the rights. It will try to protect us also. Okay. So again, I come to the slide. You don't live to buy, but you buy to live. Always we have to remember that. We have to be on guard, avoid a fraud. You should never share, especially your bank password or OTP. What will be the password you will keep? Your date of birth. Your date of birth is 16th January 160195. This will be your password. These fellows, always you have to remember that more than us, the criminals are very, very brainy. They will know this will be the password. They will put, they will try out 2 or 3 passwords. They will find out. Most of you keep your date of birth as your password. Don't do that. And after doing that, you will store the password in your mobile WhatsApp, so that when you're sending your mobile for a repair or something, your password will be seen to them. And as girls, I think even boys and girls are there. So for the girls, my humble request is, don't ever take any type of pictures which is harmful to you. You will think that only in my mobile I'm taking. No, what is wrong in that? But when you go, it will all be stored in the cloud. When you're sending it for a repair or something, the person can see everything. We have heard of so many cases where the girls were all, what do you call that? Blackmailed. This photo is there. If you give so much of money, or you come and meet me, you have to chat with me. So many things happen. All these things which will take away our peace of mind, take away, bring you to stress. So all these things can be avoided when you are on guard, and you can avoid any type of fraud. I guess I can stop with this. Thank you so much. If you have any doubts or questions, you can ask me.
Thank you, ma'am. Now the session is open for queries. Participants who wish to interact can unmute your mic and put forth your queries.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
how we can improve the awareness among the people are much more effective, ma'am?
How to create awareness? Only by, like this we are talking, no? See, now I'm giving you some information. Go and share it with more people. That is why you have this citizen consumer clubs are opened in schools and colleges, so that you will be like a, an angel for the others. So that is how you have to, by word of mouth, so many things can be achieved. And of course, you can create a lot of awareness programs. When you create awareness programs, you must be having some competitions, some skits, some video short films like this. When you tell, no, people will be aware of it. I can, protect myself. They will get that idea.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am, for taking out the time from your busy schedule to grace this event, and your words enriched our minds with innovative steps towards consumer awareness, education, and protection. Once again, thank you, ma'am, for providing immense support to make the webinar a success. I must also thank organizing team and volunteers for working hard for the past few days to make this webinar a success. Thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me. And I am the state coordinator for Tamil Nadu Consumer Advocacy. So
Okay,
if you have any issues, you can just pass it on, so that action can be taken against a aggrieved consumer.
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Deborah, for inviting me.
Welcome, ma'am. Mridula, the next one.
Thank you, ma'am. Now let's call Vijayalakshmi from 2nd BCom B to propose the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of organizing team, it's my pleasure to propose a vote of thanks on this beautiful occasion. My heartily thanks to our speaker, Dr. S. Maslin Pushpa, who spared time from her busiest schedule to grace this occasion. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and have shown us a new path. My sincere thanks to our chairman, Dr. K. Vasudevan sir, and our vice chairman, Engineer Prasanna Venkatesh Vasudevan sir, who guide us for the bright future. A special mention to our respected Principal Ma'am, Dr. M. Uma, who supports us to do our best and stands as pillar of strength. I would like to thank all our coordinators, technical staffs, and faculties who made this webinar a great success. I also thank all our participants who made this event a memorable one. Thank you all.
Thank you, Vijayalakshmi. Let us conclude the session by National Anthem.
Vijayalakshmi, can you sing national anthem?
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगो विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उत्कल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष माहे जादे तब जय गावा जनगण मंगल नायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you all.